First of all, I want to say to you, congratulations on your BANGSHIFT 6th anniversary, man.
Sir? Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a big deal. It a lot of not sleeping over the years, and it's cool to be here 6 years later, standing on this motorhome.
I can't remember the exact year we worked our first race together. And by the way, we are live. By the way, we're doing some stuff here with Jimmy Biggs and for AccuFab here this weekend. And man, your family. I mean, this is a dream world for you right now.
Yeah, it is. When we started this thing 6 years ago, and it was myself and Chad and David Freiberger from Hot Rod, and David had left the magazine, and David and Chad had started a website that had a bunch of venture capital money behind it, and the stock market collapsed, and the venture capital money just evaporated, so their whole deal fell apart. I mean, the camera we're filming this on today came from their bankruptcy settlement from the company. Yeah. Okay. So we started a website called Freiberger's Junkyard, which made no money and nobody read it. It was brand new. So David got his job offered back to Hot Rod, went back to the magazine, and Chad and I changed the name of the site to BANGSHIFT, and it's been BANGSHIFT ever since.
Yeah. 6th anniversary. I mean, your family's been behind you. A lot of the folks back home, and you're on the road a lot, man. NHRA announcing the whole thing.
Yeah, it really is. As a kid, and like you, it's like you just love the sport and you love being involved. And I raced with my dad.
Motorheads.
Yeah, exactly. And I grew up with a dad who was a car guy and restored a Pontiac when I was a kid, and that got me totally into it. And we drag raced together for years. And I was such a horrible driver, I promoted myself to announcer, and that worked out a hell of a lot better for me. So. Yeah, it was
a neat deal.
Thank you.
No, let's continue on. Chad's making his way up here, and I know when he gets up here. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I just wanted to be. Yeah. Come on over here. Come on over here. I don't see any reason. How about that? A nice cold Coke.
Yeah.
Chad is with us now as well, and I was just congratulating Brian, and he was giving me the background story on the three of you and how things went. And
we're so proud of what we've done. I always tell everybody we're happy but not satisfied. We keep pushing this thing as far as we can, and Brian and I mean, dude, everybody told us you're idiots. The economy's at the worst place it's ever been in, and you're going to try and start a business like this. And we didn't have anything to lose, so really it was all good.
Nothing from nothing made nothing.
Oh yeah, Brian had a real job and I had nothing, so he was all in and I had nothing. So we rolled with it, and it's been awesome, and it's so cool. I mean, what a weekend. It's just it's magical. I mean, again, for it to be our anniversary, our birthday, whatever you want to call it, and then to go out there in the truck. And then my birthday actually is on Wednesday, which is cool. Larson's wife, Sherry, her birthday is tomorrow. Joe Oplosky's birthday was today, which is cool. But yeah, it's a crazy weekend. I mean, our biggest audience on the Streetcar Super Nationals ever, I think, this weekend. All of these people that are watching us, that follow us everywhere. I mean, you know how crazy.
Oh, I know. I watch it when I'm at home.
I know, and I love it. I mean, our fans are the best. I mean, these guys camp out. Their wives miraculously still like us, even though they don't get a damn thing done all weekend. So yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it really is.
It's really amazing because, as you guys well know, I work with a company very similar to this, Motor Mania TV, and we know Mark. We love Mark. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're all friends. There's no reason not being friends in this business, right? I mean, seriously. But the numbers and the way this thing has really taken off, this live feed and the stream, has been awesome.
Yeah, it has, and for us, the way we figured out we could do this is actually a pretty good story. So, we got this camera, like I was telling, we got this camera basically out of like a bankruptcy settlement, and we got this like computer, and so Chad calls you up one day and he's like, I think we could show like live video, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know how to turn on a computer. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, I'm going to try something. Okay. So he sets up this little closed channel deal on the internet through one of these streaming companies, and he goes to the swap meet. He goes to a swap meet in California, right? He puts his computer in a backpack, right? And then he calls me. He goes, all right, turn the thing on. And son of a bitch, I'm looking at a swap meet in California at my house. And yeah, it was a Long Beach swap meet, and I'm sitting there.
Big deal.
And he's walking down, and I'm watching stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, points his camera at these guys, wave, and these guys don't know what the hell to do, but I'm like, I'm sitting there, my jaw was on the floor, and it worked. And so, yeah.
We sent out messages to like 5 or 6 of our regular guys and said, watch this and tell us how it is on your computer. Like, we need to make sure this is really working. So we had, like, yeah, our first live broadcast, Long Beach Swap Meet, there's like 8 people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was awesome.
The wild part about it is, and we had this happen, we did a show at Rockingham, is that we talked to a number of people in the stands. We actually had, Jimmy and I had 5 guys talk to us that said, when we're not here, we're gathered in the man cave, and there's 5, 6, 8, 10 of us drinking beer, and we got it hooked to the TV. So if you got 10,000 looks, you might have 15,000 views.
We have a guy that has a pub in England who sent me an email one time and said, am I breaking any rules if I put it on all the TVs in my bar? Well, it's like 20 TVs, and the bar holds like 500 people. Right. And they're all watching us because he's a fan, and I'm like, okay, that's just nuts, you know?
Yeah, there's no real words that can explain the whole thing to everybody. It's such an amazing thing. And I'm gonna ask you guys a couple business questions. You've expanded. You and your wife have recently expanded into another big venture.
I got involved a few years ago with the East Coast Timing Association, which is a standing mile land speed racing outfit. We race in Wilmington, Ohio, which is just between Columbus and Cincinnati. Right. And it was operated by 2 couples, Joe and Donna Timney, and Keith and Tanya Turk. And Joe and Donna wanted to step away from, and they wanted to retire and have fun and go back to racing and stuff. And so my wife and I and kind of bought their share of the deals.
I'm going to ask you a very similar question, chat. There you go. I had to get the techie guy. How about that? I get Big Head Joe out of the way. You got a pretty neat thing going on over with the TV folks now.
Yeah, you know, we've been this year has been crazy for me. I wanted to slow down this year, honestly, and 46 weekends this year I'm on the road. Ron Capps is a buddy of mine. He laughs. He goes, dude, you travel twice as much as I do, and I drive for a living. And I got an offer. I've been announcing all these pro touring events forever, and through Good Guys and through Optima, and they changed their television program this year and asked me to come on board and be the host for the TV show. And I've got some other stuff we're working on for next year too that's going to be pretty neat.
You work with some of my old homies, Steve Grind and that bunch, Jen and all of them.
Oh yeah, and Steve's awesome. I mean, we have some fun. I'll tell you what, I played a big joke on those guys. We're here in Vegas and for OUSCI and the final episode, TV episode, right? And it's an hour-and-a-half long episode, and there's now, instead of 6 guys, there's 14, cameramen. Well, they've all been telling me all year about how evil all the talent always is, all the hosts. So we're always joking about it, and I'm going, don't touch me, don't look at me, whatever, we're laughing about it. Well, there's like 10 guys that have never worked with me before. So we decide to play a big joke on them, right? So, they
come in with their bodyguards.
Oh, we do the production meeting in the morning, and I go, I'm going to need a moment, and all serious, go into all these rules, and I won't use the expletives, but it was, don't cross my path at any point, whether I'm on camera or not. You always wait for me to walk by. Do not touch the food. Do not touch me unless I have arterial bleeding. I mean, all these things. And some of these guys are writing them down. It's not that crazy, right? Other dude is like, one more rule and I'm telling him to suck it, And I get through the 3rd rule, which was the food one, where a young camera guy was actually getting food at the time.
Oh my God.
And went like this, because I said nobody could touch the food without me touching it first unless they had gloves on. And they all died laughing. It was hilarious, but we have a good time with it. It's cool.
I want to tell you what, if Grind or anything were remotely close to it, I could bet it was great. Hey, we could stand here and talk all night, but I just want to personally congratulate you. Me and you go back 15+ years. Our first time.
Hold on a second. I think I want to dig through my memory of my good Brian Olson stories memory banks. We've had. You and I started working together like at least 10 years ago doing IHRA races. Right. So I told the story on camera the other night of the IHRA race in San Antonio where the track got destroyed, and we all thought they were going to cancel the thing, and they repaved it. Right. You remember that?
Overnight.
That was the craziest thing ever, because I was rooming with Steve Latempt at the time, and Steve Latempt was 90 then, so he's like 600 years old.
He's still doing it.
I know. He's a mental patient. Yeah. So we got up. The short version of the story is you're calling Top Fuel on Friday night. Lagana goes down the racetrack. All these header flames come up. You look, whoa, the thing, and then it's like, like, then I'm standing on the starting line, and then 5 minutes later, you're telling everybody to go home because the racetrack broke to pieces. Yeah. And we're all thinking, all right, we could book a flight to get out of here. And then we ended up running the race 8th mile the next day. They repaved the track overnight.
Yeah, it's been a wild stuff. Hey, listen, we could talk forever, but anyway, congratulations. Thank you for being here. No, thank you for being part of history, man. And it's been a great weekend.
Thanks to you, man. Brian, you've been so good to us, too. I mean, we love it. You're such a big supporter. Oh, I tell Brian, my favorite events are when you're announcing and you and I are texting back and forth.
Tulsa.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock that one night, when I said, no, we're down to the finals, they're like, you're crazy. You know, it ain't 4 o'clock in the morning yet.
Yeah, exactly. But it means a lot. Thank you. You guys are great. And that
Jimmy Biggs.
Is,
right there. Give me some fingers right in front of there. Yeah, they don't come any better than that. Chad Reynolds, Brian Lone, some great friends of mine, guys. And those of you folks at home, we're awful lucky to have them. And I'm honored to be standing up here on top of a coach with them right now.
A coach.